What's up, guys? Elijah here, back with another flip. The first flip of 2021. We're in the first month in of 2021 and I'm ready to get back to flipping so let's get into it. Alright, to start this flip off, we're going to talk about this graphics card. So I picked up this 1660 Super for $140. I'll leave a link to the video where I talked about how to clean graphics cards, and really I picked 3 of them up for $300, so I did a video on all 3 of them, but this is the one we're going to be using. And then really the main parts of this build that we're going to be flipping is this i5 8400 here. Came with a motherboard, 8 gigs of DDR4, also came with this 1050 Ti. But as I said, we're not using this, we're using that 1660 Super, but this is just everything I got in that bundle. So the i5 8400, I believe it's a true 6-core processor, which is really good. It's an Intel processor, you know, they were the best for gaming, but not no more. And you know, we need a power supply, so I picked up this 2 power, or top power, whatever, some 80 plus bronze unit. I paid a little bit more than I wanted to. I think I paid like $40.89 for this, but you know, I ran out of those cheap power supplies I was using. I'll leave a link to the video where I got a massive good deal on a bunch of parts, but I ran out of those basically. So now I'm scavenging for power supplies again, and you know, you gotta pay for what you need. So there's the power supply. In the case, I've used it before. I don't know if I've showcased it on the channel here, but it's the Antec NX400. It's tempered glass, has a front strip of RGB in the front, of course, and then included RGB fan in the back is exhaust. So it's a really good case for around like $50. Comes with Velcro straps in the back for cable management, tons of space to build in, and as I said before, RGB and tempered glass. So now that all the parts are out of the way and you know what's going into this build, I'll go over the build, show you how to do it, really not like too in depth. I'm gonna clean up this power supply because it is a bit dusty, and I may have a delivery to do on another PC that I was working on before. So let's jump right into it. As I was saying, I wanted to clean this power supply because in this fan area in the shroud, it's a bit dusty. So all I'm gonna do is remove this little cage here. I could fully open up the power supply, but I kind of don't want to. So all we're gonna do is remove this. Scratch that. We're actually going to go ahead and remove the whole thing. So just remove these other 4 screws. There's one under here. And then this should just like kind of swing open. Yeah. It comes right off. So just take like a rag and just wipe it down. Now you can take an air duster here. I have this electric one. Then you can just blow all the loose dust out. Since we're here, we might as well clean up this GTX 1050 Ti. So when I need it for another build, it's all ready to go. So I won't go fully in depth because I did do a video on this. I'll leave a link to it again. So you can go ahead and watch that, learn how to clean them really. But let's get that done. This GPU is so tiny, it's hilarious. This little shroud right here, there's nothing to it, just it's all metal really. Usually there's like some copper heat pipes, but nothing on this little thing. It's almost passively cooled. Alright, so first off, this computer didn't power on. I've tested the parts before and they did work, but I think this may be the problem. If you flip it on, take a listen to this. So yeah, that's the hard drive. I do have another drive I could swap it out with, but I think that's what's causing it to stay on this iBuyPower screen. So now we know where the motherboard came from. It was an iBuyPower pre-built. But let's swap it out and see if it fixes it. Alright, time for some benchmarks for the 1660 Super PC. Don't worry, I did order an Elgato HD60S, so soon my benchmarks will be way better. But for now, just gotta deal with this. But in Cold War 1080p high settings, it got an average of 123 FPS, so really good. It had the high settings and the textures and details, everything else low. And in Apex Legends in 1080p with high settings as well, got 122 FPS average. And then in Borderlands 3, it's a AAA title, so we used the in-game benchmark with the medium settings and got an average FPS of 94. Really smooth gameplay out of this rig here, I'm surprised. And you know, Fortnite, the stupidest game ever, but people still play it, so we test it out. And in 1080p with pro settings, it got an average FPS of 153. In Rainbow Six, you know, this game literally runs on anything, and I don't know how it looks so good, but with the in-game benchmark and ultra settings, it got an average FPS of 257. So here's this computer I was talking about that I may have to deliver. I'm about to post it. I just got done testing it. I'll throw the benchmarks on the screen. But it has a i5 4430 in it, I believe, a GTX 1060 3 gig, 8 gigs of RAM, SSD hard drive, you know. I'm also including this monitor here, keyboard, little Razer mouse. It's a bit like scuffed up. I wiped it down, but this was I got it used, of course. But like you can see, like the rubber like coating on it. They definitely used it, but you know, it's a Razer mouse, so it's nice still. But back to this monitor, it has no speakers. I just figured that out, and I had these speakers laying around, so I threw them in with the bundle deal. I'll do the final listing and the price for it after this segment here. I'll throw it up on the screen, show you the listing and everything. I actually have someone to come pick it up right now. Turns out I wasn't going to deliver it, I guess. But here's the listing. I'll throw it up right here. And then here's the messages. And let's get it set up, and because they're on their way right now. I don't have any games installed on it because I tested it and then I wiped it, so. That's fine. But here it is. We can reboot it if you want to see it rebooted.
Actually, yeah, if you don't mind.
Do you have the cash on you right now? Or?
Yeah, I've got it right here.
We can exchange that right now.
I just kept the receipt so you could see it be printed out of the 380. So feel free to scan it. I'll just walk this out.
Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. So we just sold it. I listed it for probably not even a full day. I listed it at like 5 o'clock last night and I sold it. And it's probably like 12 right now. I'm not sure. So yeah, not even a full day to take me to sell it. I listed it at 380. It costed me around, I think, 240. Yeah, I'll throw the final price up on the screen right now, what it cost me to build it, how much profit I made, etc. Let's just list that other computer right now and see how fast we can sell it and hopefully make the other flip. Alright, so for selling this PC here, it's been listed a few days. Reason why it's taking me so long to actually get this video out, it's been taking longer than it should have, really. Because the guy messaged me, but he wanted me to hold it because he wants to get it for his friend, but his friend can't get the money or whatever. I don't know. Basically, I was just thinking, if you don't have the funds to get it, why the hell are you messaging me? But how I do things, if they want me to hold it, I expect some money down. So then he deposited $50. So he gave me $50 on Venmo. So there's that. I listed it for 700. He offered like 625, I think, but then I came back and said 675. So I am selling it for 675. Hopefully I am doing that tomorrow, completing that transaction, maybe sometime in the morning. I'll just pick the camera back up for when I sell it. I'll bring you guys along for that and go over the profit margins for these two builds. Finally sold it. This guy, he was a pain. He had me hold it for kind of a long time. He took forever, but you know, we got the money right here. And then he said, oh, I can only pull out 500 cash from the ATM. So then he Venmo'd me the other 175. But let's talk about the profit margins now. So the i5-8400, the motherboard, and the RAM. So it came with 8 gigs of RAM, but I swapped it out for a 16 gig kit that I had just laying around, and it was free. So in my notebook, it says the total for the motherboard combo was only $120. The graphics card was $140. Super good deal on that one. They're still retailing, or not retailing, they're still selling for like 300 plus on eBay. It's ridiculous, these prices now. The SSD, I picked it up off Amazon for $19.83. The hard drive was $25. That power supply, like I said, it was $40.83. The Antec NX400 case off of Amazon was $40.83. I didn't have to pay for Windows 10 key. It was activated through the motherboard. So I built it for $402.49, sold it for $675, and then that gives me a profit of $272.51. So really good profit margin on this PC. It didn't take me too long to sell it, if you keep in mind the fact that he messaged me like the first day I listed it. So with all that being said, smash the like button down below. Check out all the links down below as well to other videos I have. And if you guys want to do flipping, good luck on it. And thanks for watching.